The story behind the Princesses of Zahard is one I wanted to talk about since the start of this video series, since the Zahard Princesses are a key element of the entire story. However, I wasn't too sure where in the timeline it would fit. I'm pretty sure the whole concept behind the princess system started sometime after the age of Genesis. Anyway, join me as we dive deeper into the history behind the Zahard Princesses in part 5 of my Tower of God history series. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started. The concept behind the Zahard Princesses has been created to wipe out people's immediate complaints, which most likely had something to do with the fact that Zahard had no direct descendants. Since Zahard's blood was so strong, he could not create a child with any woman, so the leader of the Popidao family, Popidao Gustan, proposed an idea by injecting talented female children with Zahard's blood and making them climb the tower and compete. The best of them would become the king's bride. This is how the Zahard Princesses have been created. The standards of being nominated as a Princess of Zahard include power, resourcefulness and appearance, but the most important factor evaluated is if the girl is capable of properly receiving his power. After selection, the princesses are imbued with Zahard's power through a special procedure which involves injecting Zahard's blood. The most outstanding children from this selection are then granted Zahard's power through a special method, further enhancing their combat and other skills. Hence, Princesses of Zahard are physically stronger than most members of the 10 families. Being recognized as a princess is an honorable and almost impossible achievement. There are many candidates vying for the position. A princess is chosen every several hundred years. Apart from the 10 family heads and Zahard, they are considered the ultimate species in the tower. They are an existence, which at times serves as a sword to defend the authority of the king and other times is worshipped by the citizens of the tower. The princesses are governed by a strict set of rules. They must not have a relationship with a man. They must not marry, they may not have a child, they must not help an enemy of the Zahard Empire. These rules are in place to avoid the power of Zahard from spreading. Special forces within Zahard's army, called the Royal Enforcement Division or RED, is in charge of keeping the princesses in check and guaranteeing that they uphold the rules. A princess who has climbed the tower and became a ranker might be chosen to become a formal or acknowledged princess. Only acknowledged princesses are eligible to receive a 13-month series, as they have proven their ability by climbing the tower. This system forced the princesses to compete against each other and fight over the 13-month series to prove themselves as worthy. The official purpose of this contest is to declare whichever princess collects all 13 months as Zahard's wife, but no princess has managed to do so yet. This is the story between Zahard and the princesses, as it has been passed down on for ages. But reality is different. The first Zahard princesses were possessed by the evil ghost residing inside the 13 months and ended up hating and killing one another. When the competition got more intense, the relations between the family leaders also became disordered. With time, even the initial goal had been forgotten and it became just a pure competition and murder. As this seemingly endless war went on, a genius appeared who seemed like she could end this tragedy. Her name was Eurasia Enne Zahard, and she was the daughter of two family leaders, namely Eurasia Blossom and Popidao Gustan. As the daughter of two family heads, she showed incredible talent and was given one of the 13 months, the colorless December. She displayed talents that even the 10 great family heads could not deny, but right when it seemed like she could end this cruel competition, she went insane. She murdered everyone from the Zahard family who crossed her path. Ultimately, a horde of rankers and Zahard princesses were sent to stop Eurasia Enne Zahard's rampage. There's also a rumor that even King Zahard himself had to interfere, and also that Haste Zahard, who refused a 13-month weapon after becoming a ranker, participated in the battle as well. Anyway, as powerful and talented as Enne Zahard might have been, even she could not defeat everyone, and so she was trapped in a mysterious labyrinth along with a 13-month weapon, the colorless December. Meanwhile, or actually sometime before the Eurasia Enne Zahard incident happened, Princess Yuram went on a mission assigned to her by the Zahard family. She ignited 2 of the 13 months after she encountered a tough enemy during her mission. After she ignited the weapons, she went on a rampage, lost her senses and murdered some nearby allies and one princess. Because of her rampage, her family faced danger of being branded as a public enemy. Because of that, her own twin sister, Garam Zahard, had no other choice but to kill Yuram and take one of her sister's weapons, the Indigo July. That, together with her own Blue August, made her the holder of 2 weapons of the 13-month series. However, Later, Garam Zahard became suspicious of the 13-month series and broke into the labyrinth where Eurasia and Zahard was sealed, as she didn't believe that the person she had admired so much would simply go mad. Once she met Enne, she was told the secret behind the 13 months and the Zahard Princesses. Enne told Garam that from the very start, King Zahard never actually intended to get married. The reason why he created the Princesses of Zahard was to wipe out people's immediate complaints. The incident in which all of the first princesses of Zahard died was also a tragedy manipulated by Zahard. When Enne Zahard initially discovered the truth, she went to question Zahard about it, but all she heard were cruel secrets. One of the secrets was the ghost of the 13 months. The ghost of the 13 months is the soul of the first person who once failed the initial selection process to become the Princess of Zahard. As a result, it resented the chosen princesses, and so it made a deal with King Zahard to infiltrate into the spirits of the 13 months in order to torment the other princesses. When a princess ignites 2 or more of the 13-month series at the same time, the ghost takes over their bodies and has complete control. During this possession, the ghost causes the princess to go on a rampage. As a result, Zahard will declare that the said princess is insane and execute her. More than 5 princesses were sacrificed due to the ghost possessing their bodies, including Garam Zahard. King Zahard used such methods to keep any princess from collecting all of the 13 months. After this discovery, Enne's attitude started to change, oddly and dangerously, and sometimes she killed for no reason at all, especially members of the Zahard family. This is when Zahard started to send rankers after Enne Zahard, who was ultimately captured and sealed. Which brings us back to Eurasia and Zahard's meeting with Garam. Enne Zahard told Garam the story of Zahard's initial climb and how there used to be more than 10 irregulars that entered the tower with Zahard. Garam didn't know whether to believe Eurasia Enne or not, as something like a hidden irregular seemed impossible. Enne said to Garam that she would find out about everything if she could find a pocket which Eurasia and Zahard hid. Garam eventually managed to find that pocket, and it was only after she saw what was inside the pocket that Garam realized that what Enne told her wasn't a lie, because that pocket was written by Aline herself. The diary said that she entered the tower with the 10 leaders to go on an extraordinary journey. The diary also describes how Zahard was in love with Aline, but that her heart already belonged to another man, a man she called by the affectionate name V. Now, I won't talk much more about Aline's pocket, as I already did so in part 3 of my Tower of God history series. So if you want to know more, I suggest you go and check it out by clicking on the info card that just appeared above my head, or by following the link in the video description below. Anyway, once Garam found Aline's pocket, she went into hiding. She hid on the floor of death, as that floor had no administrator. Eventually, she also aided Grand Dejar in his attempt to stop Heljo from taking over North City. After Garam Zahard went into hiding and Eurasia and Zahard was sealed, they became famous rankers within the tower. Eurasia and Zahard got the nickname Great White Shark, and so she has to this day the highest rank of any non-irregular in the tower. Her rank even surpasses that of most family heads, although she is sharing her rank with another princess of Zahard. Princess Adori Zahard is currently the strongest active princess in the tower. She is the commander-in-chief of Zahard's army, as well as the captain of Zahard's royal guards. She wields the only S-rank weapon of the 30-month series, the Golden November. Although ranked highly, Princess Adori Zahard has no noticeable achievements as a ranker. Even though she is the captain of Zahard's royal guards, she rarely participates in any active duty. According to a blog post of SIU, Adori Zahard and her royal guards are the only people apart from the main Arié family branch that learned the swordsmanship of the Arié family. The reason why she was chosen to lead the Zahard army, regardless of her lack of achievements, was simply because her power was so overwhelming. Even when she was still a regular, she was easily able to defeat a ranker, which was unheard of at the time. Many people compare her to Enne Zahard, and to this day, rankers like to have discussions about which one of them is stronger. Adori Zahard is also considered the most beautiful among the princesses, which is fucking saying something. Anyway, before I get to the last talking point for this video, I do want to spend a little time talking about some of the princesses that will play a bigger role in the future, but probably won't be mentioned for a while. One of them is Khun Maschenny Zahard. I will talk a lot more about her in future videos. For now, all you need to know is that she is the daughter of Khun Edwan, and that she is ranked in the top 100 of high rankers, and that she is the owner of the Yellow May, one of the 13-month series. She is also the only Zahard princess of the Khun family to be awarded with a 13-month series. Maschenny cleared the Hell Train at a very young age, and she was involved in the capture of Eurasia Enne Zahard. For the other person I would like to talk about, we have to jump roughly 2500 years into the future, which is roughly 500 years before Bam entered the tower, because the person that I want to talk about for a bit is Yuri Zahard. Yuri is the great daughter of Yuri, the head of the Ha family. It is said that Yuri greatly resembles her great grandmother, Yuri, in terms of appearance and personality. Yuri became a ranker within 200 to 300 years after she started her climb, after which it only took her another 100 years to become a high ranker. Because of this, Yuri was considered a prodigy, even among the Zahard princesses, and was bestowed with a 13-month series, the Black March. In fact, over the last 500 years since Bam entered the tower, Yuri was the only princess to formally receive a 13-month series. Yuri's current rank is somewhere within the top 500 high rankers. But anyway, the last thing I want to talk about in this video is what might happen when a princess intentionally decides to break the rules I mentioned at the beginning of this video. I want to talk about Adori Zahard. Adori Zahard quickly became a ranker after she passed the selection process to become a princess of Zahard. Her ability was acknowledged and she was bestowed with the Green April. However, soon after she got the Green April, she fell in love with a man who was a palace cook. They secretly shared their love, as a Zahard princess is not allowed to have a relationship with a man. However, after a while, Adori became pregnant, which was also against the rules and might be considered the worst sin a princess of Zahard can commit. Adori refused to give up the baby, so she and her lover ran away together, delivered the baby and lived in secrecy. After King Zahard heard the news, he became furious and gave orders to find and execute Adori Zahard. In addition to violating the rules governing a princess, Adori had gone missing with a weapon from the 13-month series, which was also considered a serious violation. Although they lived their lives in fear of being found by Zahard and his army, and Adori having frequent fights with her husband, the three lived their lives together and were happy. However, after what was probably a few hundred years, a squad of fighters from the Royal Enforcement Division discovered their location. Her lover was executed by another princess, whose identity is currently unknown. Red killed Adori Zahard, but before her death, Adori got someone to rescue her daughter and the Green April. Words about an illegitimate Zahard princess started to spread, and as a result, Adori's child is considered the shame of Zahard, and several groups within the tower such as Red seek her execution. And this is where my video ends for today. I will talk a lot more about some of the topics that have been mentioned in future videos. However, in part 6 we will take a closer look at the head of the Lopobia family as well as the story behind the canines. Until then, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Also let me know who your favorite Princess of Zahard is, and check some of my other content out as well. I'm Dennis, and as always, thank you for watching and I hope to see you again. Bye!